Then that sounds perfect. We've even got the lasers, so we can really figure this out. "30 laser marks, right?
Totally.
Let's wait for a minute. Wait for the ship to move.
Laser
Weather's going
marks.
over my
It's
head
like
right now.
sci-fi Germany.
Is that how you pay for stuff in
In space
retro
Germany.
future Germany? 100 laser marks.
Well, good morning to the folks who are just tuning in. I see some folks listening in from Brazil. And we've got lots of questions about, like, what are we doing? Well, the short version is we
Playing
are...
in the mud.
That was not the short version I was going to say, but it is accurate. Playing in the mud. Scrap what I had in mind. Actually, we are putting down some markers to help with the cable lay. So we have placed this capture the flag, and then we are going to move this beacon so that we've got a really robust target for the cable lay. Yeah, I'm getting nods. And some questions on how the ROV functions. The ROV is connected to the ship by a tether that provides the ROV with power, electricity, communications, and our lovely and talented pilots in the front row make sure that it's making its way across the seafloor. Though I did hear we did have a pilot in the back row for a few minutes, and so they're just letting the dust settle so that we can take this marker and move it a few more meters so that our target is as precise as we can possibly be.
We're also moving the ship and arranging Atalanta and Nautilus and Hercules, so we have what we call a happy heading. So
A happy heading, I like it.
Atalanta is behind Hercules, so that's pulling our tether away from the 8-meter tall buoy that's in front of us, so we don't get tangled up. Atalanta has a mind of its own.
Now, AJ, I see you checking on the location of the cable ship. Do they have an ROV as well that we'll be doing working in tandem with?
No, they, I think, have a fairly crude ROV that they would sometimes use to survey cables, but it's nothing like Hercules. And it has, from what I understand, like a very grainy old camera on it. I don't think it'll be used. Actually, I'm fairly certain it will not be used in this upcoming operation.
I see, so they won't be available to play capture the flag on the seafloor.
That's
tragic.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next time. Next time. It does look like we have another beautiful day ahead of us.
Get some gauges while we're waiting. I took a gauge reading and some dive notes.
Nice.
Danny did not. We're going to get grief for that. from 8 o'clock in the morning till 2:30. We should have done it's a good,
8 o'clock in the morning was the time that, if you look at our current
it's
ETC,
good to make some notes in the log when you come on shift or on watch. It's called cover your behind. So you know what you got, what you started with. You guys never even looked at it.
yes, I did. I made 2 logs.
I don't believe you. If it's not in the log, it didn't happen. Not admissible in a court of law.
It said continue transit, and I think it was deploy beacon.
Huh?
I put 2 logs in there.
7:45? We came on at midnight.
Yeah, think of
That was UTC.
it's UTC.
Oh, they're in wrong dive log. Mooring release from surface.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, so we do our dive log. Oh, someone has changed it to UTC. What?
Yes.
Oh, that was.
So don't throw me
Go
under
ahead,
the
Bridge.
bus without having all your information. I was doing my job.
Roger, 6:30. Thank you.
We good
Okay,
to-
everyone, Bridge just called. Cable Innovator has contacted the bridge. They're planning to be on site at around 6:30.
Sounds good.
We good to move this thing now?
So
I don't know
your
where we are.
7:45 is a gauge reading.
I believe so.
So how do we know when we?
The last continued transit.
Yeah. So how do we know when we? I'm sorry, Danny. So this is a new thing here. When did this get changed? On this dive, obviously, because historically,
All those times.
we are not UTC.
I was just following the format the other guys were using.
Yeah, do what the last guy did.
What's that saying? Jump off a bridge or something?
Yeah. But so we should log a shift change in here at
Yeah, we should log shift change so we know.
shift change and a gauge reading.
Usually I'm better. I'm on top of it. On top of taking gauge readings. Not today.
Do you find them engaging?
No, we find them boring,
No.
Disengaging.
which is why we often don't do it. So I was more yelling at myself than Danny because I should have come in here and made sure it was done. Trying to get Danny trained up right so I don't have to.
You ready to move this thing?
Obviously, we failed horribly with Jake. Yeah, ready to move it, mate.
That was one of the first things I did when I sat down there was took a gauge reading.
Roger. So I do have you trained up.
You do.
Well, the other shift is messing with us because we've been changing labels on our. We have some new valve packs on, and Master Jake Bonney here has written all the software, and so
Terrible decision. Terrible decision.
he has the keys to the palace when it comes to what I was talking about the other night. Is it elbow up, elbow down, or elbow in and elbow out? I think down camera's your friend there. Be a bit more south, yeah. Beautiful.
What do you think, AJ? 3 meters?
Yeah, I think that looks perfect. All right, place anchor beacon, done. So what does it say here? It says record range and bearing from 2409 beacon to the marked anchor location. This information will be provided to the cable ship via tables in the appendix. Okay,
What's 2409 beacon, the one at the node?
that's the one that you just placed. It's the one on the rope. So I think we said that's 3 meters west.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's any way for us to measure that, eh?
Yeah, I don't think
there's
there's...
a couple things I want to measure. I want to measure from here to the node again.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then I want to get our standoff and get our sonar dialed in so I can light the beacon up from light years away. You know what I mean?
Say that again. You want to, so we can take a sonar to the node from here.
Right. Maybe then we do the reciprocal and make sure we can get this beacon.
Oh yeah, from the node.
Yeah.
Or from the mudmat LZ.
Yeah, that works too.
We could go back to the mudmat LZ and we can try to hit them both and check our trigonometry. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Make sure that the bearing lines up with the cable lay path. We'll
So,
double check our math.
in theory, I can see the node from here.
We did it once before, but it bears repeating.
Where art thou? Oh, I should have let it scan the other way. It really bugs me when the scan's going in reverse.
It'll be, what was it, at a bearing of
It's right there.
Oh. Now we have to do some math to figure out what its true bearing is. You're looking due south.
Yeah.
And it's at, it should be at 150 degrees, or 151.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
True?
Okay, all right. For those who can't see, I did get a smile out of that, so. And of course, hello to the people who are listening in to this dive.
77 meters, 155 from my southerly heading.
So
my Herc's heading is 178. Let's just cheat here a little to make it easy. So 158 and bang on 77 meters. So add or subtract 180.
158 minus 180. Plus 360. 338.
Well, if I go this way, that's a bearing of 0, right? That's my heading of south, so that would be like 180, right?
Yeah.
So if I sweep clockwise, I failed horribly at math, by the way.
So 180. What does it show up? 158.
You would take 180 plus 158, or 178 plus 158, or 180 plus 150 to make it easy.
178 plus 158, 336. We had it at 331 before, but I think it's...
Plus or minus a couple degrees.
Yeah, exactly. I think for us to be relocating at that angle is a lot, but the angle is quite small. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I think I think that's great. So do we want to maybe backtrack to the mud mat landing zone?
Yeah, which is, that's to the,
That's going to be 103 meters on a bearing of 135.8 degrees.
really, I'm all backwards.
And maybe we can put that, well, it should be the same as us going to our previous nav target. We're still going to have to adjust to get the sonar right, and then that's what we'll call the LZ. We'll go based on sonar.
So we have a class in Brazil listening in. So good morning, Carlos and class. And great questions
Coming
about
up.
how the ROV functions. And again, we use cables, which gives the ROV power and connectivity. And there's a great question about how we fund everything, and there's lots of answers. Both Ocean Networks and OET are what we call not-for-profits. So we work to do science in a way that can be funded through grants, donations, governments, transportation, many, many opportunities for funding.
So, that's the ROV at 8 meters, and I'm painting that. This is worth noting for everyone. So I'm painting the target in front of me really well with Sea King, and I'm going to range down here on Hercules. Where I usually have it. So that's too high that close anyways to get it with Herc sonar, so
Just barely.
I'm going to back up a bit here. Just getting a hint of it there now. Just under 10 meters away from it. And I reckon if it come down a little bit.
Just barely picking it up.
Yeah. It's 5 meters there. Still getting it on the Tritech. I don't see it on. I don't see it on Herc sonar. Maybe barely.
Look at that. I found the 4.
Come back up a bit. 6, 7, 8. Actually, I got to come down more. Because our depth sensor, or our altimeter is at the bottom of the vehicle, right? Hercules 2 meters tall. If I come down to like 4 meters, should put our sonar below it. There it is there. Okay, you want to move the ship 100 meters somewhere?
Yeah, stand by. We're getting good USBL pings right now. I'd love to give you a DVL reset if I can.
Sure. See how far Hercules goes when you do that.
Yeah, you want me to send it right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Hercules is going to try and drive to the new one.
Sure is. Okay, we want to move up toward the mud mat landing zone. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
Hercules go all wonky.
we want to move almost exactly 100 meters
Went to
or
the spot.
103 meters at what was that angle? One sec. I had it right here. Oh, at 135.8 degrees from the previous, like from the beacon.
Sorry, say that angle again.
135.8.
That's taking us to
Oh,
the
sorry.
east.
The reciprocal of that then.
Okay.
You should have a, hopefully there should already be a target in there.
Yeah.
314.2.
We took a fix for the landing zone.
Bridge nav. Can we move 100 meters 310, please? Thank you.
You want to come up a bit and fly under you? Or I'll come back down, Jake.
Okay. Bringing the heading around.
Roger. You'll have to come down if you're not already.
Ooh, looks like we've got some swimming cucumbers. Look at that guy. Hanging out in the water column.
Good UTC. Why would they do that? They're just messing with us, Jake. And come down another 10 meters.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Now
they swam
that's
like this.
a neat view. What'd you say, Ashley?
I didn't know they swam like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did you catch it, Dan?
I did. See it touch the camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fly the bio box into it.
Well, I think, I mean, if the sea pigs are any indication, it looked like you could see that its gut channels in there. That was kind of cool.
And come down another 5 if you want.
Coming down 5.
Oh, it's gonna eat me.
His thoughts or your thoughts?
Okay, I'll stop torturing him now.
What's that?
No idea.
Is that possibly one of those gummy squirrels? It's got the big tail on it.
Come down another 5, Jake.
No, the gummy squirrel has more of a fin.
Can zoom in there if you want. Duster, duster, duster. Okay, go wide. Too far away, I'm fighting it. You can go wide there if you want.
Well, I always appreciate the look anyway. Thank you.
Actually, it could be a type of gummy squirrel, just not the one I'm thinking of.
Very fair.
Just gonna wiggle my tail around here a little bit to get some of the mud off of Hercules.
You'll have to install a shake function like a dog.
That's what I'm doing. We've been playing in the mud, so we got mud all over us, which we're going to regret later. See it falling off the vehicle there.
Ooh, looks like a slime star down there.
What'd you have your Z-bias dialed at, Jake?
Minus 40.
Roger.
Oh, I thought that was like a piece of debris in front of us, but it looks like an animal now.
Go for a zoom there. Okay, seen it. Watch out, see you. Really got to get that zoom in just a little bit past the porch. That's good, thanks. Fish herding, one of my favorite pastimes. Back into my own dust cloud. So, can you turn the, oh, it is off. Crap hydraulics are off?
No, they're off.
I haven't seen this type of one with its little antenna up before. It's a new one.
So that is actually a gummy squirrel.
Oh, so this one is a gummy squirrel. I don't think you're on SPL there, my friend. But that's a gummy squirrel. Check it out.
I'm on SPL.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
How do you turn your mic up on this thing?
I'll turn you up, Denny.
Dan sits back here and everything gets...
Look, it's a UFO. He's got his landing lights on.
Can you hear me now?
That's a red dragon, isn't it? Can you zoom out just a
Very
bit?
cool.
Yeah, you'll have to zoom out. I zoom in too far and I can't keep it in the frame. Or I got too close.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I just switched over to table 1. So yes, that is a gummy squirrel.
Lovely.
I've never seen a rat tail eat anything. They just hang out.
Oh, and it looks like we're going to drive into a larvation.
Another ctenophore.
Pew.
I'm probably going to butcher this, but the name for it is Psychotophes longicauda?
For which one?
The gummy squirrel.
Cool.
Can give me a half zoom, actually. And a little more. Perfect, thank you.
This looks like a deep sea bear trap.
Venus flytrap.
Oh, yeah, maybe that instead. I have a question that's come in, and it says, how much below porch does Herc extend? Is he very close to the seafloor or not really?
Herc has high heels on,
Oh, there you go.
so it's probably, I don't know, what are you, 6 inches, 9 inches, somewhere in there.
There you go. So we are fairly close to the seafloor.
The porch that you see there in the front, the hood, as we sometimes refer to it, is, yeah, probably 6 to 9 inches above the seabed. There's actually skids on each side of Herc that have, well, shoes, but they're like skis, almost like on a sled, on a snow sled.
Cool. And that does to help him with the mud and stuff?
When we land, it keeps the majority of Hercules off the seabed. Danny can fit under it, for example, and has, while it's soaking wet. Just crawl under there, slide under there.
Sometimes you gotta work on the undercarriage
Yeah.
and not be scared to just jump in.
There's enough room for Danny to crawl in. Could you turn over while you were under there?
No.
I've seen him get stuck a few times though.
Okay.
So.
I can't turn over while I'm under there.
I do the same thing on Luke. I crawl under there. It's a little more tighter.
Skinny mini.
It's about the same as my old Chevy.
Go for a bit of a zoom there if you want. Maybe tilt down a little, Jake. I'm just barely touching the seabed. Try not to land real hard. Tilt. There you go. Should be able to zoom a little tighter now. That's good, thanks.
I wonder if that's 2 individuals or one organism that looks like 2 individuals.
I would say it's one. Maybe tilt down a little bit. We got 60 seconds of video here. Oh, maybe not. Gonna dust it. Can rack back. No, I mean you can slide the camera back. Oh, well. That's all right. We're dusty now. Move it on. I think I'm racked all the way forward.
I've been grabbing some video, but I do apologize to whoever has to figure out my spelling of the word squirrel and anemone.
And then anemone.
Anemone, yeah. You know what, just read it phonetically, you'll be fine.
We used to have a script that would pull all of the descriptions out that the data loggers and SCFs made of all the video annotation. It was great. It's like a real-time one.
I know I'm in trouble when even, autocorrect is like, I got nothing, man. Like, all right, thanks, bud. One of our viewers...
You can go wide, actually. Keep me out of the mud there. Thanks.
One of our viewers thinks that might be a type of sea pen. That's kind of cool.
American salt. One of the ones that magically disappears when you try to sample it.
Oh, it goes back in its hidey hole?
Yeah. There was a sea pen.
I know some species of sea pen are bioluminescent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they'll flash based on wherever they get bumped or touched.
Huh. I've not got one to turn on its LEDs yet. I'll have to keep trying. I could try a fly and zoom on this guy. A lot more challenge. Okay, go in. We're typically, if we're doing science, we're ballasted a lot more closer to neutral. I believe I'm approaching a target. Is this correct?
You're approaching what, sorry?
You should find a Herc footprint up here
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's what we're looking for.
Where's that Herc footprint?
Maybe you'll have to get the bottom of his shoes to read "was here."
Lynette, can you give us a range and bearing to the other beacon?
Which beacon?
The one that's southeast of us, 240.
Well, we're not there yet, AJ. I don't know where we landed here, right? There should be a Herc footprint here somewhere, and we took a survey fix.
Yeah, I think it might just, well, according to survey, it's just off to your right.
Off to my right.
I don't know how well that holds up over time.
You want a range and bearing from Herc current location?
Yes.
Right now, I'd like to know where we took a survey fix for the proposed mud mat landing zone. That should be real close to me.
Yeah, 10 meters, 055.
055. Roger. I got time to smell the flowers. Come down.
So AJ, from our current Herc location, 114 meters,
Go ahead, Ashley.
bearing 133.
Okay.
That's good, thanks. Fighting my tether.
Oh, he's waving back. Hi, Herc.
It's
Hi,
got
Dan.
It's got a Venus flytrap on it. 10 meters, 155. I'm gonna have to dust it here to fight my tether a bit.
10 meters, 055.
Oh, sorry, 055.
Got a great
The X, the blue X. Is that it? Roger. So we're looking for a Herc footprint. So I landed here. Just want to see if we can get back to the, same spot.
Yeah, you're right on top of it on survey.
Just south of it, according to my X here.
Video.
Yep.
So I've got a person asking if we ever turn the lights off to see the bioluminescence, but my understanding is that you need a special type of video because it's so low light. Is that true?
I think your DVL is a bit off, your SBL hits.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've never.
So I think it's actually
Film the
backwards from you,
bioluminescence.
maybe
Yeah,
10
good
meters.
call, good call. Ooh, I better turn the other way. You want to reset DVL there?
Yeah, you want to reset it now?
Yeah. See if we can hit the same spot twice.
I'm kind of approximate it now. Send a reset. Here we go.
Atlanta should be. You might have to come up, Jake. Coming toward you.
Come on. Deer in the headlights.
Totally.
Jake or Dan, have you ever tried to record bioluminescence? Or seen any?
Yeah.
I might politely ask you to elaborate.
Sorry, I'm looking for an X on a nav screen and
No problem, when you're ready.
I am not finding it.
So I was on the Kaimikai Okanaloa. We had the Pisces submarines on board. And one of the cruises that we were on had a special set of cameras designed and built by Dura Exploration. And they went down with the Pisces subs and recorded bioluminescence.
Very cool.
Nope. There's this Herc landing. Yeah, it should be painful. No, I came in like Planet Herc really hard, so it should look something like this, but some serious Herc bioturbation. And I'm not seeing it. I am over it. Yeah, so I need to go south. It should show up as like a light spot in the distance there. I ain't seeing it. Gotta be north of it.
Need an orbit.
Did you fly into this spot, Dan, or was this when I was flying? Because I don't think I came in that hard.
No, I think there it is. I landed.
Oh.
I did one serious Herc footprint, and there should be.
Before giving it over. All right, way to go.
Yeah, this is where you sat out.
Right, right, right.
So it'd just be interesting. USBL is like bang on. DBL's holiday.
So can we get a range and bearing to the other beacon from here? Like beacon to beacon? Hercules to the one that we placed?
Yeah, I want to see if I can light it with my sonar. So I'm going to auto XY over this thing. Yeah, I'm still creeping up on it here. So you can see Herc skid like right below my porch. Okay, are you happy? Our DVL and USBL are planets are aligned. Okay, I am going to turn some.
Yeah. We're just essentially double checking our work here. Between the mud mat landing zone and the anchor landing zone.
Atlanta sees it.
Okay. Yes, to the beacon that's currently at our anchor landing zone. Okay. One, 3, 9. Okay. The 3 meters would bring that down closer to like 135. It's still maybe a little far, but that's okay.
Or where I come from, southeast. Can you see it on sonar? I don't see it. Should be right at 100 meters, right?
Yeah, 107.
Ooh, I'm way too high. Sorry. Coming back down, Jake.
Wait. With the one that says anchor target? Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Mr. Mazeltech. You should see that there, beacon. How about Mr. Tritech? Can he see it? You have to. Put this guy back on polar. We should be able to light up the node too, right?
Yeah, that would be interesting as well.
Oh, shoot. Now I've done it. I hate it when it does this. I pushed the wrong button.
Don't worry, there's only about 87 to choose from.
Yeah, no doubt.
87. It's like one page of buttons.
Well, you have digital buttons and real buttons.
So,
So true.
why is this thing auto ranging to frequency? Yeah. So it changes its frequency when I range out. It automatically lowers its frequency. Oh, you see it. I see it. I see it. No, I don't see it. It's just noise. So you're getting that interference because that guy changed his freak. So yeah, it's too far away to see. Yeah. Let me come up some more.
Roger. Coming up.
For anybody just joining us on this lovely morning, we are at Cascadia Basin. We've just put down some beacons and markers in order to help with an upcoming cable lay. And so we're just kind of hanging out in the water column, making sure we know where everything is, using sonar and other mapping technologies.
We need to flash up Norman and reach out with the eye of God.
Yeah,
Just
I turned it on.
Oh, it does come
I
every
turned
mission.
it off. You can turn it back on.
You turned it off.
Yeah, I thought it was interfering with the sonars, but it was not.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's pinging, but
The Norbit can't see that far, though, can it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, forward?
if you turn to this, if you turn 90 degrees to it, then you can kind of scan with it if you move your heading.
The all-seeing eye of Norbit. You got the nav solution up somewhere? Or the...
Yes, good morning. How's that? I have a bad habit of breathing into it, so might as well set it further away and then move it in. Thank you.
Sound like a diver.
Maybe that, or like I'm walking uphill the entire time.
A lot of stairs on this boat.
Many years ago, I worked at an aquarium, and part of the experience was that we would take an elevator down to the bottom of the seafloor, and it was a bit of an illusion. And so I would go through the other entrance, and I'd meet the group, and I would have to I'd have to pretend I was really out of breath. Like, whew, that's those stairs. Whew. It's totally flat transverse.
So I cannot pick it up with the Mesotech from here.
About how far off the seafloor are you, Dan?
Right now, I'm just right at 10 meters.
10 meters.
Yeah.
Well, the visibility is not terrible, but it's also not fantastic.
No. Well, I've got my downlights on too. If I turn these lights off, you probably see the seabed. Almost. Can you do that on Atalanta?
Yeah. Oh, the Tritech?
Yeah.
Sure, just in case.
Did you release it?
I did. Trying to find engineer. There it is.
I can find engineer with... yeah, if you do that on Atalanta, I will put this back to... Or just give me 1 second here. 1 second. I feel like I'm flying blind. I can't deal with it.
Good morning from...
Okay, you can take it back.
Hey, ROV, how's it going there with that Mesotech?
We are unable to see the buoy beacon, the float beacon from here with either the Mesotech or the Tritech sonars. And as I suspected, it's just because it's a small target close to the seabed.
Yep, it's far away.
If I turn up my gain, I just get nothing but noise.
That's all good.
If I turn it down,
so,
I don't see it. So what we're trying right now is Jake's firing up the Norbit, And then I will I'll do a slow sweep that we've talked about with
Yeah.
the heading,
Okay.
and Norbert should paint it.
What we would like to do is Dirk's going to go rig up another beacon and drop it from the surface. So I think our first priority right now is to make sure we have the ship in a place that we're happy with.
Happy. Drop it.
You're happy with where the ship is? This is a beacon that we're then going to go get and bring to the node.
Yeah, drop it right in front of me. If it lands right in front of me, I'll be happy.
Okay.
Do we have a beacon number for that?
He's just going and rigging it now. He'll let us know.
Okay.
Is it over the side yet?
Do we ever drop eggs?
How about now? How about now?
Beacon and eggs?
Is it on the way down there? Sometimes you have to break a few beacons to make an egg. No, that's not how it goes.
I just saw the joy leave his eyes.
Ooh, look at all the little guys on the sonar. They're like little men. And women.
And
some of them are ghosts.
a lovely good morning to Red Deer. Thanks for listening.
Red Deer, Alberta?
I assume so. It didn't specify.
You might have to change Tritech to 6
I also
whatever,
assume it's not an actual crimson ungulate.
or pause it.
Could be. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that.
I feel like it'd be a good rock band named.
Crimson Ungulate?
Yeah, exactly.
Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't
Doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. I assume it is Red Deer, Alberta. Good morning. They're wondering if we had any overnight excitement. I think last night was relatively uneventful in the best way.
Totally.
I'm getting some stately nods.
Yeah.
What's this guy do?
Orange?
The one in the middle.
What?
Wow. I'm gonna hit this pause there. No, I'll change this freak. I have a setting here. Where is it? Settings. Load settings. NA 161 at 650 hertz just for this occasion. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Settings, load settings. NA 161.
Lynette, do you have the Norbit thing over there?
No, I don't know where it is.
I think it's down in the data lab. I can't remember what the time server name is. The timing is incorrect on the sonar. I'll go down and get it. You good if I go down and get it, Dan?
Yeah.
All right.
Nav, do you know when we might see the ship?
Sorry, is that a question for me?
Yeah, I'm just curious. You said that the other ship is on the way, and I'm curious, how soon do you see it on your radar, or do you have an idea of when we might see it on the horizon?
I will not see it. I don't have a radar or anything like that up here. They will see it on the bridge though, and they've been in radio communication. They are expected to arrive on site at 0630, about
Cool.
45 minutes from now.
Cool. I've got,
In theory, Control Alt A. Oh, yes. Why didn't it work, Lynette?
I've got a view of the back deck, so if they're coming up behind us, I'll let you know.
Roger.
Well, that's like.
They would
super
be
high.
coming from that direction.
Oh, now I feel responsible for letting you know.
Counting on you.
Well, I do like my responsibilities.
You maybe have to push a button over there would be better.
And I'm sure it's already been asked, but Steph, how did you like your birthday cake?
I shamefully haven't had any yet.
Oh no.
I slept through it
Some-
last night, and I just haven't been craving it yet this morning. I'm waiting to I don't know, for my stomach to wake up, if that makes sense.
It totally does. And I think, you know, extra sleep on your birthday is the greatest gift.
Sorry?
Extra sleep on your birthday is a great gift.
Yeah, I definitely needed it yesterday. And socks.
Socks are a great gift.
I feel like as a kid, you don't want socks, and then you get older and you think, wow,
Socks are
socks
cool.
are great.
Dude, fresh pair of socks?
Yeah.
Nothing beats that.
Yeah.
Well, I realized I have to do laundry today because I did laundry the other day and I pulled it all out of the dryer and realized I only had one pair of socks that I managed to clean.
Oh,
So now I got to do socks.
I'm surprised our dryer didn't eat half of that one pair. Usually it does.
Oh, well, maybe that's why I didn't pull any socks out.
that would be tragic.
Well, I had one cold ankle.
AJ, do we know if someone's going to be waking up Mike?
Yeah, I asked Dirk too.
Okay. And the sooner we can get the beacon number, the better. It's a little bit involved to get it entered and up and running.
Did you try where Johan failed? Because there's already a beacon at the node.
Yeah, no, I did not.
You might give it a go if you're bored.
I can go run down and get that beacon number for you, since
Okay.
I think we're just hanging out.
Thank you.
You can then you can go. You can show the youngin later how it's really done.
I don't know about that.
Or you can say, yeah, I tried and I also failed. If that makes you feel any better.
Sounds like he tried everything that I would have tried, so.
I don't know what he tried. He was pushing a lot of buttons over there.
There's a lot of buttons to push.
Yeah, there is. We were trying to keep up on it, and then we lost the plot.
Steph, we got a note in the chat here. Birthday cake and bacon, breakfast of champions.
Might have to
Bacon,
go
bacon,
for that
bacon.
when it's breakfast time, which is coming up. I really look forward to that on the night shift. I mean,
Okay.
I know we all look forward to breakfast, but
Coming up.
it's a nice, breaks up the night shift nicely.
What's your gate? What's your gate set at?
What'd you saying?
What's your lower gate set?
50 meters.
50, roger. I'll come up to 20. That's the sound of her coming up.
All right, Lynette, I have an address for you.
Excellent.
2408.
2408.
Do we have a serial number for that?
Yes. And Monica, you can see the
20
cable
will-
ship.
20 will do
Woohoo!
it? Or 25?
I'll take your word for it.
I'm going to go for 25, just an even number.
Oh, we're getting
Okay, AJ,
Camera swing?
2407 is the one that
Oh, look at
we
that Norbit.
deployed at the node and is not responding. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So I'm going to replace that one with 2408.
Yeah, and if you need anything else like
Probably
the
change your lower gate.
unit
to
ID, I have that as
less
well.
than 50.
Okay, this should be all I need.
And so Dan, you're
Down,
just
down,
to
down,
confirm,
down.
you are good with this position for us to deploy.
Yeah, happy.
Okay.
We went it lower, Jake. Yeah, 25. What's the next click up? Other way.
50, 25.
Okay, go for 50.
Yeah.
Because I'm at 27.
Swath's 160. So
Are you that good at trig? I
not
can.
at,
I
not
can.
at what time is it? My God.
I can tell you it is 50 meters at 20, so I probably got to come up higher.
80 degrees.
Okay, cool.
If you want to watch the winch, I'll let Herc float up and I'll tell you what we need to be here. Because I have an app for that.
Yep.
I failed horribly at math. Just in case my math teacher is listening, she said you're not always going to run
Very cool.
around with a calculator in your pocket. But math teacher, look what I have, a trig app. But it's a real bummer when I don't have cell phone service. Can't figure out how to get back to camp. I'm going to stop here at 30 meters.
What?
So our base is 100 meters. Our height is 30.
Maybe we should go outside. Enjoy the sunrise too while we're at it. Yeah. Sure.
I gotta be higher.
Well, yeah, what do you get in like 100 something meters or something?
For the angle from me to the seabed, the hypotenuse would be 104 meters.
Yeah.
I think
What's
I
the
gotta come up.
base?
Oh, I set the base for.
Oh, I see. I see what you did. Yeah.
I shouldn't do that. I need to set. I messed up. See, calculators on everything. I need to set angle B at. What are you, 160? So I need to
80,
set this at 80.
80 degrees.
That would be the base at 170. So we should be plenty high enough.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. 30 meters sweep. So I need to look. What's 90 degrees?
Perpendicular to the.
Yeah.
90 degrees offset.
I failed at math, so I have no idea what that heading is.
35.
Huh?
It's going to be 225.
325. Right.
225. Yeah.
225. Oh yeah, because we went.
Yeah.
We went
Let's make the angle.
southeast. ROV is now looking southwest. Hey, look.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
And that was like a gross sweep.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be the node.
Yeah, that's probably which way?
Off my right. Yeah, that's the node.
Can confirm. Ship outside. And not just the one we're on.
So let's do a slow sweep here, Jake. And you want to record it, or you just want to do a live?
I mean, we can record if we want. There's no hurt in it. We can start recording now if you want.
Let's see if we can see the beacon.
Yeah, let's just mess around right now.
Okay.
Then we can.
I'll do a little slower sweep. Wait, if I go into the computer, can do it way better.
Yeah, just give it some.
So.
What's the
make a circular map?
Purpose of what you guys are doing right now? Just testing out functionality?
We're basically
we're mapping. Trying to visualize with the Norbit sonar.
Okay.
With basically what's around us, 150 meter radius. We were trying to see it in our Mesotech scanning sonars, but we weren't seeing it, so
okay.
We opened up the multi-beam.
We were able to paint a picture of the node there, so we'll be able to get an pretty much bang on distance. We think that's the
I wonder
node.
if I can top-down view or something.
Yes, ma'am.
Might do better.
Let me think here. It was at approximately
Yeah, that's it.
between 10 and 11.
Should have got it there.
It's
So
it's pointed right at us, and so its profile is tiny, like, you know, like the
no,
tip of my finger.
that's not right. I'm headed south. Which way are you?
It's
Yeah,
that's
honestly,
where the node is, I think.
that's the edge of the ship in the feed 3.
Yeah, it's picking up the node.
You are pointed right at where it would be.
Zoom in for a second. More.
Left. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm trying to get started.
No, the node should be off my right side.
Yep.
You're facing south on the map. The node's to the left.
Yeah, no worries.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're
That's
right.
it. Yep.
So then the buoy should be here.
Somewhere over there, yeah.
That thing.
If you open the door of the van, you can't miss it. If you open the door of the van and look out to, again, between 10 and 11, you'll be like, oh, there it is.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No worries, if you want it just to self-orient. Now, stepping out of the ROV and looking for the node, on the other hand, significantly more challenging.
Should start sweeping across it real soon.
I have to zoom out. Right there, maybe?
Maybe. I'd say so. I'll sweep back the other way now. If I stop on that heading, it should then sit there and paint it, and you should be able to see it in the rod orbit data. So I guess around at the edge of the beam.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah. Show me the orbit itself for a second. Yeah, can't see it.
Maybe.
Oh. What? That's all wonky.
That's wonky. Probably have to range it out or something.
So, good morning for anybody who is just joining us. We are currently
I don't know why that's all wonky.
diving at Cascadia Basin, where we are going to begin dual ship operations for a cable lay.
Yeah, let me try this.
Our ROV folks are working on finding a couple of our markers. And there's a great question about how long the dive will be.
Lighten
That's it.
Yeah.
So this dive is about 36 hours, and yep, that's 36 hours all in a row, one after the other.
Can I measure it without crashing the program?
Yeah.
And the way that
How many have we done so far? 12, maybe?
Yeah. Second time it's done that.
we,
Started
yeah,
at 6 p.m. last night.
yeah, about that, yep. And there's
Can
a
you
note
measure
about
it in the raw data?
how shift changes are handled and how the person coming off shift and going on shift gets the information.
I think ONC would be interested in having a map of that, so we'll probably have time to do a proper orbit run over it, but right now while we're waiting for the beacon we could do the sweep map.
Okay, just like around three
We just got to sweep a little bit.
Yep, all right.
Were you guys, did you guys have any luck seeing anything on it?
Yeah, we could. The all-seeing eye of Norbit can totally see it.
Would you want
Can you
this?
measure the distance?
Let's do a top down for this. Yeah.
We can see. Yeah, we can't measure it real time, but we can record the data, and then you can measure it offline.
Right there.
And you might be able to measure it now. I'm still on the same heading.
Oh,
Maybe if you turn off some of the goodies, like
Yeah.
Herc or something, it might. There's not a measure function in the Norbit sonar?
there was.
I think so. I'll just set this back up.
Bridge, nav. Deck is trying to reach you on channel 1. Yep.
Can you call the bridge, Lynette? Oh, never mind. But I don't know if you can. Maybe later.
Okay, so I'd like to restart Ranger 2, which means I'm going to have to turn off USBL for a moment.
Roger.
Fine with that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll still have DVL, right?
Yes.
Roger.
Surprisingly inconvenient timing for the Ranger 2 crash.
Mm-hmm.
They know. It's like a printer. Can smell fear. There's a great question about how we hand off to one another during a 36-hour dive. I can tell you there's nothing like seeing your relief come through the door. And usually we ask the relief to be a few minutes early so that we can give them a handoff of what's happening.
Ready?
Sure. Why not?
We
Just
also
sitting here.
all have access
Yep.
to dive plans, so we're generally on the same page.
So
And we take notes for each other.
Herc's slowly oscillating its heading. So paint the marker buoy a few times, and then and we know that heading is 225.
Okay, the cubes are on. All right, yeah, that looks all good.
So now if I slowly sweep to my turn to port, right?
Is that the marker we can see, like the shadow in the bottom right of the screen, or?
It is.
Can you click the measure function, Jake, see if it crashes again?
No, we're doing recording right now. You get that in post, matey, and this is not a real-time measurement. It's just a display.
Oh, so it's not actually useful to us.
Yeah,
It's useful for the
yeah.
Operators. No, it's not useful to the back row, other than you get to look at it.
I was going to say, it does look pretty dang cool.
Okay,
So what
USBL is
Steve-
back up.
Thank you. That's what Steve did to me, right, as I was flying through a black smoker at 10 meters altitude, and I almost crashed the vehicle. Okay, sweeping to the left.
Roger.
But we, you can bet your britches, we will be talking to the author of the software about how useless his software is.
Yeah. I think there's just maybe too many things going on in the measure tool. The measure tool takes a little bit of processing, so it
What we need
crashes it.
we need more beans in the computer.
It's a 3D program, so
And it's running off of we
yeah,
kind of
yeah, 4 cores and
yeah. we built this off of cast off and hand-me-downs and no budget, so. Not totally, but you know. I think in the future, we might budget for a few more cores.
Oh. There's the node coming up.
But what we can do, AJ, is hand this to Rennie, and he can process it and measure it
Yeah.
to the nth degree. And we could 3D print a model to scale, probably all that before the mud mat hits the water.
Yeah, what it's going to be, Rennie will be up in about 2 hours, so.
You're not
Then we can
offline
sit.
processing it all yet?
I don't know the pipeline. I don't know. And the most I could do is like open it up in the program and move stuff around.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
delete a
about
couple
all I can
points.
do.
I don't know. I have no idea how to do any of that. Never done it.
But that's the node you're seeing now there
Yeah.
that we're painting. Just sweep it one more time, then you can hit stop record. Do you want to sweep of the whole thing, or what do you think?
If you had a, I don't know.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Jake. For,
I don't know. What would
I
be
don't
useful?
know either.
We're just sitting here.
So we painted it twice. So let's hit stop record now. And that data's gone into file that Rennie can access.
Can you open the non-live data in that same program?
No.
No.
But I just want to verify that we've got the data before we do anything else. I'll let Jake do that, and then we can play around with maybe turning some aspects of the RViz program that you were seeing there off, and we might be able to do a real-time measure. So for example, you can turn
Yeah, I'll turn off the Octomap cubes. That's a big one.
yeah, you know what to do.
Oh, but the picture's gone.
Still there. You can turn off, if you turn off Herc, does it? Herc's a big model too. Now you might be able to measure.
Yeah, I don't know where it went away
But
though.
we know where that is.
Yeah.
Try that one, see if it works.
Hey Dan, I got a question
Right
for
in
you.
the middle. Quick before it disappears. Back to Herc. Lower left.
36 meters.
Bang! 36.5.
5.6.
Okay, I'll paint the other one now.
36.5.
There it goes.
And then it crashed.
We got what we needed.
And that was a really, well, that was a one-time on the fly before it crashed measurement. So I'll bring Herc's head around to, ooh, easy there. We're slow down, cowboy. 225, we said should paint the marker. Bang on 225.
What heading were you at to paint the node?
We did paint the node. Oh, what was the heading?
Yeah, do you remember?
No.
Okay. I'm going to guess it was 10 degrees.
Look, you can see it.
Totally.
Or 190 degrees.
All right, I'll go to 2D.
Yeah, 2D and turn the same stuff off and a quick measure again, maybe, if you feel lucky.
Maybe.
If you feel lucky, punk.
You can do it.
How much stuff can I turn off here?
Turn everything off except the yellow.
Water column. Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Yep.
Got a question here about your biggest oops and your biggest goat, which I assume means greatest of all time, not the grazing mammal.
Oh, 103. It's so perfect.
103.
Oh, nailed it.
All right, how do I
What's the
stop
heading?
measuring?
What's the heading of the sub?
225.
225?
Yeah. It's oscillating back and forth,
Wow.
but I have my auto heading set at 225.
So
I'll turn that again.
103 meters at 225 minus 90?
Yeah.
Right. So I'll turn the heading again to get
135. That's perfect. That's actually bang on.
what did we say it was? You thought it was for the node?
From the node, I have 36.5 at 110
So
degrees.
plus 90, it should be.
Well, it's 100. It was 100 degrees, so plus 90, it'll be 190. Or sorry,
Roger.
plus, yeah, 190.
Let me come around here and dial in.
This is just because we're too lazy to do trigonometry on paper.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. See it yet? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so Herc's commanded heading right now, 187, and we're lighting it up. Actual is like 184.
184 minus
we'll
90.
call it 185, I'd call it.
185 minus 90. So 95 degrees.
Is that what we said it should be?
We said 100 degrees, but
Plus or minus 5.
The important bit is the distance from the node to being 35 or 34 meters, and then our angle to the anchor LZ being correct. If we have that, then we're in good shape.
Yeah. Are your numbers lining up back there then?
I think so.
Sweet. That was a worthwhile effort.
Yeah, that was fun.
Turn all the fun stuff back on.
Amazing what counts for fun at 6 a.m., doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think we can see the cable innovator on the satellite feed. If you look just under the solar flare, there's a bump on the horizon.
1 pixel.
Do you see it?
I see it, yeah.
That's probably them.
Sorry, Monica, I wasn't ignoring you, but I'm ignoring you.
No, it's all good. I know we got other things to do. But I thought I'd plant the seed in your brain for when the moment comes back.
Well, that was one of the highlights right there.
Very good, very good.
Highlights. It's hard to say. I could, if you narrow that question down to per expedition, I might have more bandwidth for it.
ROV, just confirming we're okay with the beacon going over.
Roger.
Yeah. Now we got it. Now we got a grid. 10 meter cell size.
What's that?
10 meter cell size on the
Oh,
grid.
you got a grid.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I wonder how long till that crashes.
Can we get a view of the back deck?
No.
Are we ready?
Ready here?
Ready, yeah.
Van is ready.
Now, is this going to be dropped under freefall?
Yeah.
And how long do we
Jake,
think?
you're going to jack it up if you do that.
What?
How long
You're
do we
going to
think it'll
jack it
take?
up if you do that.
I'm going to
Jack
guess
what?
15
I thought I
minutes.
taught you how to work that thing.
Cool. That's just how deep we are.
Would you like to know now?
And
Then
that's
you could
going
put
pretty
a view
quick.
wherever
Most
you
things
want,
take longer than
whenever you
that.
want.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, where can I put it?
Where would you like it?
Somewhere I can see it.
Somewhere you
over
can see
here.
it.
Not
We got,
over there.
so you could probably take like an Atalanta cam because we got 2 of those. We
Yeah.
don't need 2 of those.
So, are you ready to learn how to use it? For real?
Sure.
So it's really easy, Lynette. This represents, you can tell what this is representing because it's one of the monitors, right? So you know about monitor 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So that's monitor 3 and that's monitor 4. Those are our 2 monitors. So you know right now by looking at this that it's currently on Jake's side because it's got the little quad here. So if you touch layout right now, then you have basically 2 choices here. So slot 1, head 1 is that one. This is the part you got to remember. Slot 2, head 1 is this one. So if you now touch slot 2, and then you go back to your picture-in-picture. So this is the part you got to remember. Layout, one of the 2 heads, slot 1 or slot 2, and then back to picture-in-picture. So now you have the one in front of us. So obviously that matches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2, if you wanted to put an image in 2, you select the destination, pip 2. Now whatever button you touch over there, that image will appear in pic 2. So if you wanted, for example, cam at mid, hey, you did it. Now you have to hunt. No, your destination stays as, yeah, so, until you select another destination, you can literally do this.
There's so many cameras.
Whoa.
You'll want cam
Guess and
starboard.
check. It's the guess and check method.
1 up. Yeah, so the deck cameras are cam starboard. Beautiful sunrise. Cam hanger. Cam bow. But cam amid is the one that does the, cam 180 does the 180 one.
The only one we don't have is cam mal.
I kind of like the sunrise.
Oh, you
they
can see the
dropped
cable ship right there to the left of the
Oh yeah,
screen.
there it is.
it. Yeah, they dropped it. So
Yay, it's on.
in the future, if you want to see the whole deck, the cam 180 is the one. So video will have these cameras looking at particular things. So that's the one we usually have up, is cam 180. Cam 180. It's a 180 degree view camera. It's down lower in the menagerie. Cam amid is one of the PTZ cameras that they have. So video can move that one if you want that to be a specific something. So she could, example, zoom in on Mike's beard right now. It's more towards the bottom, I think. I have no idea. If you want to see yourself, you can pick some of those. That'll. Yeah, I don't like seeing myself either. So I encourage you to hunt around in here and figure it out by heart. If you hit the, it is nonsense. Now you see how hard the video people have to work to do something. Oh, I know it's there because I pull it up all the time.
I got it right here, so I know it's
Down
going
again. Ah, that's the other way you can do it. So if you hit layout.
The other one was turned on too, we checked.
Slot 1, head 1.
Yeah.
and hit pip again. And then you know that one is in 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You know it's in 6. So if there's cam 180 in 6. So if you touch that now as a destination, in theory it should light it up over there. Yeah, so now if you go layout the other, totally. And your destination, you have to switch again to, yeah, boom. So I'm trying to get all the navigators to learn how to do this, because in the future you can say, hey, I'm going to take this screen, and I'll say, yeah, and you fill your boots. High five, girl. You did it. Ooh, look, it's going to land right in front of me. Yeah.
So
Detect ROV, we have a delivery. Maybe we should check the gauges while we're whistling Dixie.
Gauges?
Gauges. Are you tired of playing with your Norby? That's a good thing that you did there, because eventually they are going to want to monitor the light vessel from here. And your neurotic navigator relief is definitely going to want to see that up there. I'm teasing the navigators up here because we make them very nervous at times. When I first came here, I don't think Rennie ever sat. He was like edge of his seat the whole time. And he has saved my bacon, and so has Lynette, so many times. I can't even count, if you want to talk about epic oopses.
how do they save your bacon, per se? Like
They notice things so we get focused in on taking a sample, or, looking at flowers, or, flying
Smelling
around,
the roses?
loading sea cucumbers. Yeah, going off to smell the roses, as we like to say, like Ferdinand the Bull. They're still watching what's going on with the vessel and with Atalanta, the winch, the tether. So there's been issues where we've had, or there's been instances where we've had, the vessel can't hold station because the weather's extreme. Atalanta is dangerously close to a cliff or a rock or the seabed. The tether's, tangled up around Hercules or Atalanta. All kinds of scenarios like that where the entire room is like, how many of us in here? 8 people? We're all looking at some cute thing on the seabed, or we're concentrating on taking a sample. And the navigator's on top of it and avoids some serious tragedy. One of the most harrowing moments, now that I'm on that subject, Rennie and I were here. I think we had an intern where Jake's sitting, so they're, first time on the ship. They're deer in the headlights. And we were somewhere in the South Pacific up against a cliff, and it's really challenging to move. At that point it was Argus, which is our other sled vehicle. So when we're working on the seamounts or the cliffs, it's very challenging to position the sled and Nautilus in such a way that Hercules can work on the cliff wall. And we're coming up these big seamounts, 100 meter sheer cliffs. And often there's overhangs. So we're all concentrated on, having Atalanta, or Argus in this case, 20 meters away from this giant wall, so Hercules can reach and get beautiful video and take samples. And then we came up, and we're coming up. We usually start at the bottom and climb the mountain. Well, there was an overhang, so it was getting like closer and closer. And then all of a sudden, in Argus's cameras, we could see debris. So that meant that the cable was touching an overhang above Argus.
Uh-oh.
So what do? Your cable's up above a cliff and you have two vehicles dangling below it. You obviously can't go up. Or we would, smash Argus into the cliff above us and probably rain down a whole bunch more debris. So we had to actually pay out on the wire and go back down the mountain, but we can't go down very far because the mountain is, we have terrain under us where the slope is going. So we were kind of in a tight spot. And in the end, we had to quickly move the vessel away. Well, nothing, as you see in here, happens quickly. But Rennie was on the ball enough. He knew instantly exactly which direction to move the vessel to take us to safety. And
So
he did.
Sort of tugged you out of the way.
Yeah. And he calmly called in a move to the bridge to, move the wire away from the cliff. But it was kind of a routine dive, We were looking at some really cool corals, deep water corals and sponges and cool geology, and all of a sudden, we're in danger of losing both the vehicles and sinking the ship. If you anchor that cable and the ship moves the wrong direction, could have some really extreme consequences.
It's easy to lose that perspective when you're looking at blue water and moving around and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, having a wire over the side is a catch point, and that can get the whole ship.
Yeah, we have 8,000 pounds of wire right now hanging over the back of that A-frame. So, and that 8,000 pounds is oscillating between, 75 and 9,500 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
Just a question here from your story. Is Atalanta less robust than Hercules?
It's kind of like comparing an apple and an orange. So in a lot of ways, it's less robust. In a lot of ways, it's far more robust.
Okay. Does Atalanta ever go on his own?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What would you use Atalanta singular for?
We used Atalanta last year to do all the carrier dives. We dove on the Yorktown and
5,200 meters.
Yeah.
Cool.
What we did 3 carriers.
3 carriers: the Akagi, the Yorktown, and I can't remember the third.
And sorry, what do you mean by carriers?
Aircraft carriers. From World War II.
Oh.
The Yorktown, which was lost in the Battle of Midway.
Okay, cool.
And sank in 5,200 meters of water. And then there was actually 3 Japanese carriers, wasn't there?
There was a third that we didn't get to go visit. We only had a few days.
So that depth, 5,200 meters, is beyond Hercules capability. Hercules rated to 4,000 meters. So we were dangling Atalanta on a wire 5,200 meters, inches away from a giant aircraft carrier that was sank in World War II.
Amazing.
With all kinds of, there was a lot of debris there, right? It was, the Japanese carriers were, one was sunk, and then the others were scuttled by the Japanese as they were retreating. So there was a lot of debris down there. Absolutely amazing dives. The footage is and the stories on our website and on YouTube.
Wonderful.
But at that point, we had 15,000 pounds of cable hanging over the back. And
What's the pound per foot?
I used to know that off the top of my head.
Some.
I should know that. I can take a wild guess. Well, you can figure it out now. We have 8,000.
It's a 6'8" diameter, so
We have 8,000 pounds of cable hanging off the back. This is one of the things we do here at Nautilus. We're at 2,600 meters and we have 8,000 pounds of weight. So you divide 2,600 meters by 8,000 pounds and you come up with some wonky number.
Subtract the vehicle weight and then you got it.
Yeah, then subtract Atalanta's weight, about 4,000 pounds. So
it's about
Getting like
a little over a pound a meter.
Yeah, I was gonna say about a pound.
yeah, pound meters.
We've had this conversation before.
We have.
Totally.
We give our ROV engineer, John Zan, a lot of grief because that is one of his terms, pound meters.
Well, you're going through all your cams. You had cam deck and cam back and cam front, but did you have cam L?
Are we meant to go get this beacon?
Yeah.
We sure are, yeah. It's at 1,300 meters depth.
We could
It's drifting.
we could sneak up on it a little. Knowing my luck, it'll come the other way.
Yeah, it's got a ways to go yet.
Had some viewers help you out there, folks. It was the Kaga, the Akaki,
Yeah.
and the
That's what it was, yeah.
and the USS Yorktown. And they have given us our own link, nautiluslive.org blog. I'll have to check that out. And thank you to the person who put that in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. That was it's tragic and beautiful at the same time, seeing a shipwreck.
Massive.
Yeah, the scale was just
800 feet long or something. Yorktown, something like that.
you can imagine, how long it takes to move Atalanta here in 2,600 meters of water and 5,200 meters. It was really challenging to plan the vessel moves ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to, go around a unknown shipwreck. And Atalanta has two, 400, 500 watt thrusters on it. And it can lateral a little bit, but mostly those thrusters are used to maintain its heading.
Not just any shipwreck either, a shipwreck that's been bombed and torpedoed and has twisted metal and all sorts of stuff coming off of it.
There's a question here whether or not anyone has worked on the Franklin expedition dives. I don't know which Franklin they mean.
Does not ring a bell.
Ooh, up in the Arctic.
Yeah, maybe the Franklin and the Endeavour?
The Erebus and Terror.
Erebus and Terror, yeah, thank you. Did you work on those ones, Lynette?
I wish.
Oh,
No.
okay. Yeah, that would be really cool. And I see that on our satellite feed, the cable innovator is within view, and it is 6:36.
Sit on, I think she's got it on cam starboard there. Yeah, go ahead. There it is. So their video will probably monitor that through the remainder of the dive, as long as it's close. In the trades.
I believe it is, but I believe it's like a Tokyo slide in.
So 681 cable is
Yeah,
2,000 pounds a kilometer.
Pound a meter. Nice.
Let's see, how can
2
we
pounds a
forget
meter.
that one? Pound meters?
2 pound meters. 2
It's
pounds
just
a meter.
crabbing.
A kilogram a meter then, roughly.
It's a crab boat.
It's about 2,400 pounds a kilometer dry rate.
2 kilograms a meter, yeah. 1 pound. Yeah. That's our units, right?
How's that work out? Oh.
I think I'm going to give my weight as dry and wet when people ask. If they don't clarify, they're going to get the wet
2
weight.
kilogram pounds per meter.
Safe working load of 14,000 pounds.
See, I feel like these are things like...
What? 14,000 pounds?
That's the safe working load on
Let's
681.
bring up this winch tension.
I don't know where you're getting. I don't know where you're getting. I got it right here.
I'm looking at the Unal's winch pool.
Schmunos. We exceed that number.
I wonder how much a big ship like this actually slides sideways if it turns.
What's
Does it
that?
depend on how fast you're going first?
Yeah, so if you're going like 10 knots and then you turn laterally, how far you drift.
I wonder though, like, you know, when you're watching the action movies and the cars are driving really fast and then they turn laterally and for no apparent reason they go into a whole barrel roll, you know, like there's no reason why they should do that, but they do. Maybe that's what happens at 10 knots, just real slow.
It's called centrifugal force.
What do you got for depth now?
Yeah.
Roger. I think we'd be safe to move south.
Jeb's not on a mic, but he said that would be a great question for a scientist.
Let's, let me run that way.
Now the
and,
innovator's
come back
like
down
twice
to
the
see a bit.
size we are.
More than twice.
Pardon me, Steph? Oh, Mark's on board and he saw a bunch of orcas. Maybe they brought them with them. Who from ONC's over on there other than Mark?
Matthew
You'll
Tradewell,
have to come down,
Oh yes,
Jake.
the lovely Matt.
Dagnan
Coming
Henbrough,
down.
and Caroline Lee.
Oh, very
You
nice.
want to
very
start
nice.
with like 30 meters south?
Sure.
Okay.
Caroline Lee.
You asked us to land it in
GIS.
front of you. You didn't say how far away.
In theory, I can watch it come down in our sonar.
All right, you ready for that move?
Yep. You'll have to keep coming down, Jake.
Bridge now.
Coming down.
I'm going to come right down to...
Can we have 30 meters south, please? Thank you.
AJ, do you know the rigging on this one? Is it the same as the last one, or how tall is it?
It's similar. I don't know how tall did you make it, Jeb? Do you know? The beacon to the float. 5 meters.
Roger.
Less than that? 3 meters? It looked like a decently long piece of rope.
3 to 5 meters.
The polysteel. Yeah, the turquoise.
Inquiring minds want to know, so I don't get tangled
Your
up in
height?
it.
2 meters? 2.5 meters?
I'll just come down to 5. That sounds like a safe depth.
Sure.
Now, this thing that's coming down, is it making noise? Like, can we quote unquote hear it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Lynette?
Yeah. Well, it has special ears.
Yep, listening to it right now. And
Right.
it seems like it's about 2,000 meters depth.
Oh, look at that. There's a thingy.
Oh, wait, time it just
So like
right.
this
We'll
is
get there when it
Atalanta
gets
has
there.
one, Herc has one, and then that's the one that's falling. And so you can see the depth of it here. Well, I
Neat.
know you can't.
No, I'm very movable. I can see it. That is super cool. And we're at 0 meters, I assume.
We're at 0 meters depth. Actually, we're probably at negative. I don't know what.